everybody. Welcome to this week's live stream lesson. Appreciate you joining me for another session here. We do this every Sunday, live at noon Eastern Time. And if you can't tune in live or you're watching this as a replay, check the links down below because there are going to be timestamps where you can go through the different chapters of this video. Welcome! Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Fuchs. This channel is Ukulele Zen. So glad that you have joined me. Got a wonderful lesson for you today to celebrate Valentine's Day. We're feeling the love all month long, different love songs each and every week. Let me know how you're doing in the chat below, and I hope that you'll please invite some friends to this live stream. And this is, of course, the weekly ukulele lesson and jam session. Every week I offer these. Today we're going to be focusing on the tune Till There Was You. Great song, of course, made very famous in The Music Man, the musical from the 1950s, and the Beatles recorded a wonderful version of it. And I want to take you through this lesson. I've got a couple of new developments with this live stream. I've been learning. Your patron support helps me to improve my technology and my resources. So check this out. Let's check in with the chat. And of course, if you're watching this as a replay, look at the links down below because there's going to be links to different chapters. So here we are. Welcome everybody. Get to see you all in the chat right here. Thank you for joining us. Nancy, Matthias, glad you're here from Germany. Bob, welcome back. Always good to hear from you. North Carolina mountains are ready. Awesome. We got Kazi in the house from Spain. And the sound shouldn't be echoing. You may want to check your settings. There shouldn't be an echo. At least I sure hope not. And sounds like this sounds good. Oh, cool. We got Scott in the house, who's a great luthier, great instrument builder, Whetstone ukuleles right here in Vermont. How are you all doing? We got some folks from British Columbia. We got some folks from Hungary. Bon Saint Valentin. Thank you, Jana. Namaste, Akash. Glad to hear from you. So I'm so glad that we got some folks here. Appreciate you hanging. We're going to be checking in with the chat from time to time to take your questions and, of course, to say hello. Really appreciate you being with me. I wanted to share with you just a brief outline of what we're going to be doing this day. And what we are going to be doing is we're going to be going through the song. First, I'd just like to demonstrate the song, play it all the way through. And then we're going to go through a very slow, mellow chord lesson. We're going to go through all the chords on the song sheet. If you haven't downloaded it yet, click the link below to get the song sheet. It'll be up here as well, but you may like it for yourself. I'm going to take you through two different strums. And speaking of high technology, what do you think of this, huh? Good old whiteboard, high tech in the house. Thank you, patrons, for your support. You're making my dream come true of having a really good whiteboard. I'm going to teach you both these strums. One of them has a Jamaican kind of ska feel to it. The other one has a Bossa Nova, kind of like a Gypsy Bossa Nova style. And we'll explore both these strums. Then we're going to play through the bridge, the verses. We'll play the whole song together at least once. We'll have a Q&A. At the end of the lesson, I'm going to share some special sauce with you. Some extra things you can do with the rhythm, with the chords, the kind of bonuses that I just the extra sauce I like to put on the arrangement. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. And of course, at the end of the lesson, I'll be leading a mindfulness meditation, a means of calming our bodies, focusing our minds, returning to the present moment, which makes all of life flow wonderfully, and of course helps our music to go deeper and to be a really nourishing activity. So thank you so much. Welcome. Sean is here. Glad you're here. Thank you, Grant. Mad technologies. I know, it's crazy. Dagmar, glad you're here. Satnam. All right, so we got about 145, almost 150 people in the house. Thank you so much for joining me. how about we get started with the lesson now? That's the outline of the lesson. And what I'd like to do first is just let everybody know, if you are tuning in live and you want to, get the most out of this, I recommend that you just kind of let the lesson pour over you. I'm not going to be going super fast. If there's anything that you feel goes over your head, you can watch this again and again. There will be timestamps down below to the different sections of this lesson. And as usual, I'll be as clear and as friendly of a teacher that I am. I'm playing a new ukulele here, and I'm going to make a whole video about this. This is by the Bondi company, a wonderful company from Australia. They have a starter kit ukulele. Came with this very attractive case, and this starter kit, I'm going to make a whole video about this. Just let me share for a sec, because it's kind of amazing. It came with a strap. It came with a set of strings. It came with a polish cloth. It came with a whole songbook, a whole chord chart. It came with a tuner. It came with felt picks. It came with a chord stamp. I mean, it came with everything except like a personal chef. This Bondi ukulele is wonderful, and a portion of all the sales go to a charity called Rhyme and Reason, which helps to fund education, music education in Cambodia. I went to Cambodia 10 years ago and volunteered with schools and orphanages teaching music. So it's a cause that's close to my heart. Check it out. There's a link down below, the starter kit. I'm actually really impressed with the tone of this concert ukulele. And let's listen to it while I sing and play a bit of the song for you. Let me just correct one thing there, and we'll be able to see the song sheet. Now, I'm going to demonstrate the song the way I would play it if I was playing at your wedding, or if I was in a concert. Okay, so I'm going to put a few more bells and whistles on this. So don't click away if you think like, oh, this is too hard, I can't do this. Just know that I'm going to be adding some special sauce to it, playing it the way I play it. And I will be taking you through a very gentle and easy to follow run through of the song. All right, so without further ado, let's do it. While you're listening to me play, of course, feel free to jam along. Would love it if you jammed along with me. And watch my hands and check out some of the things that I'm adding to it. So. 1, 2, intro. There were bells on a hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all, till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them singing. No, I never heard them at all, till there was you. Then there was music and wonderful roses, they tell me, in sweet, fragrant meadows of dawn and dew. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard that at all, till there was you. I'll cut to the end. Till there was you. Cha-cha-cha. All right, so just a quick demo of the song so I can share with you what it sounds like, in case you haven't heard the song, and to demonstrate some of the things that I'll be sharing in this lesson. How about we get into the chords for starters? This is in the key of F. I'd like to zoom in on these chords so we can make friends with these chord progressions. Keep in mind, when we are playing chords, it's a chance to do a really wonderful bit of mindfulness practice. You know, you take each chord, play it once. Join in with me, please. Play your F chord, make a nice rich sound on your chord, and then let the hand go. I'm switching ukuleles so you can hear this on an ukulele with different strings. All right, there's F. And yes, I'm playing high G tuning, but any ukulele will do. So here is the exercise. Take your hand and just relax it. Even if you've played this chord a million times before, float the hand up like it's your first time. Soften your touch and just strum it and listen. Ah, nice. Now, relax the hand and feel it relax in between each chord. Really soften it up. Now we're going to go to the next chord, the F sharp diminished seventh chord. It's a big name, right? But don't let it scare you. It's actually a pretty easy to play chord. Let me show you a shortcut. You play the G major chord that we know and love, and what you're going to do is you're going to hop that shape all up the strings, okay? So your first finger's on the second fret. Your second finger, your middle finger, is on the second fret of the second string. Then your ring finger is going to be on the third fret of the third string, and your pinky is going to be on the third fret of that string. And this is the diminished seventh chord, which is a passing chord. It passes on its way to the next chord. Right, very jazzy kind of progression. Now we'll of course add some extra rhythms, the things I wrote down on the board. But for now, let's just change these chords with a nice gentle strum that allows us to feel our hand relax in between each attempt, okay? Let's do this 3 times. Join in with me. You're going to play F twice. Go ahead. Ready? And F, let go, diminished. Now let go, and now we're going to do it a second time. Are you ready? Here we go. And F, let go. Wonderful. If you're feeling comfortable with this, repeat it, okay? For those of you out there who maybe are finding it difficult to find the F sharp diminished seventh chord at speed, check it out. Now here's a little something you can do. You stop and you actually go slower. All right. Now I don't mean to, it's not to hold you back. It's actually to help you go faster. You'll learn faster when you go slower. All right. So what you do is you feel the space and then very slowly find the other fingers. You see how they dance around. It's a ballet. You want to get into the choreography of the fingers, what the hand is doing. And very often what keeps chords from feeling relaxed is the thumb being tight, or the wrist is sticking out like this, or it's curling back like this. So just take your time and make friends with that progression. Go very slow. As my teacher told me, practice like you're at a glacial speed, okay? The speed of a glacier. A glacier coming down the valley. All right, very slow, and your hand will make friends with that chord. All right, next chord after this diminished is our G minor 7, okay? Couple of ways to play this. You cover 2 frets with 1 string, middle finger goes right here, and this string is open, so it's open to 1 1. Some folks like to finger this like this, using 2 fingers here. It's up to you. If you just flatten that knuckle a little bit, you'll find that you can enter the realm of Chuck Berry. And by that I mean, Chuck Berry and lots of rock and roll licks use a flattened first finger. That's your G minor 7 chord, okay? Next chord, B flat minor 6. Don't be scared of the name, it's just covering 3 strings, open 1, 1, 1. All right. So let's play these 4 chords, and we're going to be very close to knowing almost the entire verse. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, F. 1, 2, 3, 4. F sharp, diminished. G minor 7. Now cover 3 strings. And then F. Yes. And Dagmar, you can yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea. You could, refinger the diminished 7th chord to be like a bar chord. That's totally cool. Everything is always up to people's personal preferences. So here we can see the verse. There were bells. Let's run through this together. And then when we get to the second line, we go F, A minor 7. Easiest chord in the world. It's just the open strings. All right, open strings. Stu Popkin, thank you for joining. You can always check this out at the replays. Watch it again and again. All right, so there you go. A minor 7, then G minor 7 again, then C7. And look, we have these chords as a turnaround. F, F sharp diminished, G minor 7, C7. Now, I know I'm going slowly. We're about to play through the entire thing. Thank you for your patience. Patience really helps our music. It takes time. And if we're enjoying our repetitions and we're willing to go slow, we not only learn faster, but we don't strain ourselves, right? It's the whole concept behind everything I do. If you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, please give this a like, a thumbs up, share the video with your friends. Now let's go through the first verse, okay? Link to the song sheet down below. Rewind anytime you want. I am here for you as a replay. Are you ready? Let's begin at the verse. 1, 2, 3, there were bells. Next chord, on a hill, G minor 7, but I never heard them singing. Next line, no, I never heard them at all, till there was you. Diminished, G minor 7, C7. So this is a wonderful way to play it, right? It's very romantic. It's a romantic jazz ballad tempo. Let's continue, okay? Notice something here, my friends, that the introduction is the same as the turnaround. Look at those last 4 chords right there. Okay, those last 4 chords, same as the introduction. And they have 2 beats for each chord, all right? So how about we do this again? Let's start at that introduction right there. And then we'll play the verse. And then we'll play the second verse, which is almost exactly the same. It's just going to have a little bit of a difference down there at the end. Thank you so much, Trish. That's so sweet of you to offer a super chat. If you feel like supporting, there are links down below. Thank you so much. Appreciate you just being here. If you're digging what you're seeing, hope you'll please like this video. And we're going to do some mind-blowing rhythms later. I'm telling you, it's really going to be cool when we get into that. Super cool. Let's play it as a sultry, romantic jazz ballad. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, introduction. 2 beats each chord. Let's go. F, F sharp, diminished. G minor 7. Do it again. Here comes the verse. There were bells on a hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all, till there was you. 2 beats each. Let's move on to the second verse. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them winging. No, 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 I never saw them at all, till there was you. Now F7, drop that ring finger. Bridge at B flat. It was music minor and wonderful roses. D7. They tell me G minor in sweet fragrant meadows. G7 of dawn and dew. All right, I snuck that up on you, and there's a couple of chords in there that beginners may not be familiar with. But come on, give yourself a hand. Thank you for hanging. I'm going to switch ukuleles yet again just to hear a little bit of low G in the mix. Appreciate you being here. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, check the links down below. There is going to be another online workshop Sunday, March 21st. Save the date. Let's zoom in on that bridge, and we'll take some questions, but just for now, hang with me, okay? Just hang with me for now, and I will help you, of course, to understand this. Watch it again and again. Let's look at this bridge, okay? It says B flat. Now, I know if you're new to the instrument and new to even to playing music, you might think that B flat means B flat, like no exceptions. It's B flat. I gotta use all 4 strings. Well, you don't. You can play the same shape as G minor 7, which is open 2 1 1. That's a B flat 6 chord. Don't let the theory confuse you. B flat 6 is B flat with the 6 notes added. And that's a very colorful B flat, so it's beautiful and it's easier to play. So we got a great question here. Grant and Johan are asking, I often rest the base of my thumb on the tip, I often rest on the base of my thumb instead of the tip of my thumb. Is this a habit that I'll regret later? It's all subjective. If you're talking about this, thank you for that super chat, Joe. Really appreciate your support. If you're holding it here, not a bad thing, really, if your hands are loose. Sometimes I wrap my thumb around. Jimi Hendrix sure wrapped around, and he was no slouch, right? But the thing you want to avoid is sticking it so far into here that it gets tight. So when I wrap my thumb around for some chords, like a G major chord, I still have a little bit of space and my fingers feel relaxed. So if it feels relaxed, go for it. And you can, of course, pivot your position depending on what you're playing. Some chords require a different fingering than others. It would be nice if it was just one fingering, but that's just not how it works, And if it feels confusing or challenging, know that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, and, the challenges are the way, all right? So just keep hanging with that. Great question. Keep it loose. Awesome. So glad to have so many sweet folks here from all over North America. We got some folks from India. We got some folks all over Europe. I am so grateful for you hanging with me. Please check the links down below. I'll talk about a few things. Thank you for your support. If you feel like dropping a super chat or a donation, there's something down below. Let's get back to this verse, all right? B flat 6. Just play B flat 6. I mean, it really is a beautiful chord and it's easier to play. Why didn't you write B flat 6, Stu? Well, because if I did, it might be confusing, and I just wrote B flat. Okay, so there was music. Take your hand off. Three strings, open, 1, 1, 1, and wonderful roses. Let's play those 3 chords together. Come on, ready? 1, 2, B flat 6. There was music and wonderful roses. They tell me, well, isn't that convenient? Your F major's here, your D7's right there waiting for you. Play this D7 if you like, yeah. Now, the next line, G minor, okay? G minor, important chord to know. First finger is right there, first fret of the first string. Middle finger is on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. In sweet. Now check this out. When you go to G7, middle finger stays put, pivot, drop your G7 in there. Yeah, how bright it gets right there. Let's take that change again. G minor. Here it goes, nice and bright. Now go to C. Now we get a funky chord, C aug. It's short for augmented. So we're adding an extra note. We're adding a G sharp, and that's the 1st fret of the 4th string. All right. American kids will, maybe everybody around the world will know it's the Scooby-Doo chord. Scooby-Doo. Anytime there's something spooky going on in a Scooby-Doo cartoon, like a haunted house, it's always this. It's a cheap way of creating tension. It's not cheap, it's great. But you'll hear that augmented chord and a lot of Django Reinhardt's music. So tip of the hat to all my friends in France, all that beautiful Parisian European swing. Lots of augmented. Maurice Ravel. Brilliant music. So we get to C, and then just drop this 1 finger right in there. And you'll see that chord is in the chord chart right down there. Okay, you see it? Yeah. All right, we're going slow because I want you to know what's going on and to have a relaxed time. How about we play this bridge together? And then look, after the bridge, the 3rd verse, oh my gosh, we're home free. It's the same as the 1st verse. Okay, pretty sweet. Then you'd take a solo. You could whistle, you could hum, you could scat, you could, if your saxophone playing partner is with you or something, you know, they take a solo. And then you come back to sing on the bridge. And then we play the last verse, and then we're out. Okay, and then we hit the buffet for some samosas or some cheese. So that's usually the routine at the wedding, is to play the romantic songs and then enjoy some cheese. How you doing out there? Let me know in the chat if you're having a good time. And let's play the bridge and the last verse. Okay? 1, 2, here's the bridge. 1. Then there was music, wonderful roses. D7, they tell me. G minor in sweet, fragrant meadows of dawn. Add that first finger and do. Verse 3, there was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was you. And then you would solo. All right, you'd play the verse chords. Okay. So, good times. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to now learn a little something about strumming. I want to make sure that if there's any questions, we can get to those in the chat. Let me know if you got any questions. And while we just are at a pause, let me say thank you, David, for that super chat. I appreciate your support. These lessons are here for you to enjoy if you're digging it, and if your mind is blown by the information in a good way. You can, of course, help me out by liking this video. And if you'd like to, there are some links down below, and I'll just talk very briefly about it. Hope you will please save the date. Sunday, March 21st, I'm going to be offering another workshop like the one I did here. The workshops include jam tracks, access to replay. It's going to be a full 2-part workshop. I'll play a concert for you, and I'm going to be announcing that very soon. So please save the date. You can watch anytime. If you're interested in what I do with these workshops or anything else, sign my mailing list. You get a free tune when you sign up. There's a New Orleans version of a George Formby tune there. Once you sign up, go to my website. There's a link down below. If you feel like supporting, there are links down below if you're able and interested in offering a donation. Thank you so much. There's also a discount code if you're interested in any of the goodies at my store, some funny t-shirts, some inspiring things on mugs and t-shirts, and of course my tablatures and ebooks. Last but not least, merci beaucoup, spasibo, muchísimas gracias, cheers, thank you to everybody who is joined as a patron. Patrons are folks who chosen to give a small amount every month for this channel, and in return there are different perks that you receive. So if you're interested, there are links down below. Thank you so much. Appreciate you hanging. Let's get back into the lesson. Thank you, Dagmar. That's so sweet of you. Appreciate it. I want to share these strums. You know, when I was strumming at the top, I was playing it a little fast because I wanted to, and I wanted to make sure that we had a lot of time for our lesson. But you could play this really slowly in this jazz ballad style, just single strums, which is a fantastic romantic way to play it. And we're also going to explore these two strums. And I'd like to start with this one down here on the bottom, okay? These two measure patterns, they're all the same, right? This half is the same as this half. And what it is, it's a steady stream of eighth notes with a chuck on beats 2 and a chuck on beat 4. So for B flat Starlight, I'm playing a B flat 6. That's open, then 2nd fret, then 1 and 1. All right, as always, strum your chords, release, make friends with them. Really put that, I highly recommend that you put that space in your practice. Feel it relax. I mean, it takes an extra 5 seconds maybe, and what it'll give back to you is immeasurable. Okay, your hand will be relaxed, your brain, your heart will be open. This is so nice. Okay, so take that time, and you'll always remember your B flat 6 chord. Good idea to look at it and say, hey, B flat 6, thank you. And then when you see it on the chart, you'll recognize your friend showing up. All right. Are you having fun? Thank you all for hanging. This is my favorite time of the week. Sunday, hanging with you, getting the fun meter in the red. You know, difficult music is often thought of as a chore, or learning does not have to be a struggle. A lot of teachers, a lot of websites will tell you there's a shortcut, there's a cheat. The shortcut is to go right through it, and to go through it calmly and slowly is the shortcut. Let's apply those principles as we learn the strum, okay? Let's take our F major chord. And while we do this, Emily, I want to answer your question. The file for the PDF on the bottom of your public Patreon page. It is a PDF file. Yeah. I'll double check that after we're done. But yeah, that's a PDF, and I will also edit it. I'll add that G minor chord in there. Let's get back to this right here, okay? So take your F major chord, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to strum 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Wonderful. Let's do that a second time, and we're going to add a layer to it. That layer is to actually say it out loud while you look at your hand. Okay? I appreciate you being here, and I know you're looking at me right now, probably. Take a moment to look so your mind gets the information back through the eyes. Take a moment to say it loud enough so it comes back to your brain through the ears. This is going to light up more areas of your brain and help you to learn better. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 wonderful. So we're going a little deeper with our knowledge there, making sure that we're saying it and looking. Next level, let's add these chucks. Okay, I have a whole video of how to chuck on my YouTube channel, Ukulele Zen. To chuck, in a nutshell, you can use these 2 fingers or your index finger, and you strike the ukulele really with a little more force, and then mute immediately afterwards. Okay, so let's try this out, and I'm going to give you a 1 minute. Let's put 1 minute on the clock, a 1 minute chuck lesson. Are you ready? Join me. Strum, mute. Join in. Strum, mute. Now use these 2 fingers. Strum, mute. Now bring that mute a little closer to the strum now, so they're almost right next to each other. Strum, mute. Let's do it again. Strum, mute. 3, 4. Strum, mute. 3, 4. Strum, mute. 3, 4. Strum, mute. Nice. Now finally, let's bring that mute so it's just right after the strum, and you get the chuck. You're muting immediately after the strum. So it's the strum, mute, right afterwards. And when I do this, it's true I'm striking the ukulele strings with greater force. Make sure that it feels settled, like right there. It's gone to sleep. All right? And you'll get that percussive sound. It sounds like a snare drum. Now let's try to drop that chuck on beat 2. Let me demonstrate first. Watch my hand and listen, and then I will count you in when it's your turn. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'll go slow. Watch please. 1 and chuck up, down, up, chuck up. Ready? 2 and here we go. Come on. 1 and chuck up, down, up, chuck up, chuck up, down, up, chuck up, down, up, chuck up, down, chuck up, down, chuck up, down, chuck up. All right, nice. Everybody, take a break. Awesome conversation going on in the chat where Dagmar's saying I gotta chuck less, and Bob is saying I need to get it more habituated. Yeah, just repetition and looking at it. You know what I did at the beginning where I was asking you to say, at the beginning of this little section here, say it and looking at it. That's something that's easy to overlook, you know, say, oh yeah, I know what to do. But if you really take a sec and look at it and feel, your learning goes deeper, right? And you could even put a timer on your phone, say 3 minutes. And just do this for 3 minutes. That doesn't mean we try to fit 1,000 repetitions into 3 minutes. It means that we spend 3 minutes just trying to get our batting average up. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes we foul off, all right? Sometimes we miss the pitch. Sometimes we connect and we get a chuck. All right? So patient practice, repetition with love on this Valentine's Day helps you to grow and be peaceful as you grow. All right. So let's now pick up the tempo, and we'll do this with all the chords in the verse. How you feeling out there? You ready to do this? Let's relax into this strum. It becomes like a backbeat. Down, chuck, down. for those of you who love the music of, Latin music, this is a strum if you play it faster. All right, so that's sometimes called the Gypsy Bossa in gypsy jazz guitar. As you did same strum as what we're doing, we're just doing it faster. Learning it slower helps you to, first of all, get it accurate and to do it in a relaxed way. So let's play this strum, down, up, chuck, with the chord progression. Okay, there were bells on a hill, but I never heard them ringing. You can always watch this video again for a refresher of that and my workshop on the 21st. You can click the link down below to add your voice to what topic you'd like me to teach, but one of them in the future will be all about strumming. Really, really great topic, of course. Are you ready? We're going to play down, up, chuck, up, down. Let's just get in the groove. Give it a try. Strum any one you want. Let's just make some music. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There were bells on a hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you. Verse 2. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them winging. No, I never heard them at all till there was you. And then we'd be at the bridge, all right? So practice this strum on your own, and you're going to find that the chuck, it'll get lighter and lighter. We are playing it harder, but it's not bam, right? We don't want to hurt our hand, okay? Let me know in the chat if you have any questions about anything. I'd like to show you another strum that can be used. This is a marvelous strum for ska and reggae and bolero. It's a very wonderful Latin rhythm, not very complex. You're strumming one end, you're laying off of beat 2, you're going to mute, and then we're going up on and up, up. So it sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now I'm going to take you through this strum number 1 right now, but just listen to it. I'd like just to have you hear it, because I think if you hear it, you'll get a better feel for what the target is, for what our goal is. All right, so it has that up. Don't you look at me so small, say I'm going bad. A lot of ska songs, a lot of Hawaiian music can be played with this. A lot of Jamaican music can be played with this sound. Desmond has a barrel in the marketplace. Molly is the singer in a band. Okay, it's a tasty strum. These strums are at first a bit complex compared to, continually moving up and down because we're interrupting something. But these grooves really add a lot of taste. So let's get into this, okay? You're gonna strum down, up, mute, up, mute, up, mute, up. Okay, so we go like this. Down, up, mute, up, mute, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, mute, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, mute, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, mute, mute up. Yes. Good try, everybody. I appreciate you joining in. Now, we're muting with this part of the hand. Patrons of my channel just last week received a bonus video at the $5 tier all about, reggae strum, where you're muting with your left hand. This is muting with your right hand. Excuse me. It's a bit easier, but it still takes some getting used to. But we want to grow, right? That's why you showed up, so thank you. Check it out. Just go like this. Let's break it down into little nuggets. You go down, up, touch. And when you touch, look at your pointer finger and see if it's ready for the next up. Ready? Down, up, touch. Just that much. 3, 4. Down, up, touch. 3, 4. Down, up, touch. 3, 4. Down, up, touch. 3, 4. Wonderful. We just did it like 3 or 4 times in a row to exercise it. Couple more, and then we're going to add the rest of the rhythm. When you touch, you're touching as lightly as if you were brushing a baby's face. Very, very light. We're not hitting the uke. That's a different thing, tapping. We're just... All right. Let's put the whole thing together. And a really cool nuance, which is great to get, is right here. And one and. Okay, so you have up, down, up. And if you can really emphasize up, down, up, it'll start to sound very, very cool. So you want to be aware of where beat 1 is. So this is just, I'm offering these rhythms as something extra. We can even get even crazier and play something like that. Let's just keep it accessible for now, and I'll be happy to show you strums like that in the future, especially with my online webinars. How about we play through this? Down, up, touch, up, touch, up, touch, up, down, up, touch, up, touch. Ready? Yeah, Andy, I'm muting right after the up strum. When we go faster, it's even lighter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. All right, that's a killer groove to drop into any calypso, reggae, especially ska and rock steady. Very, very cool rhythm. As is this driving Gypsy Bossa, which adds... It's really just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You're just dressing it up a little bit, adding some flair on beats 2 and 4. Okay. So, my friends, I'd like to now play through the song. And please know that you can revisit this video anytime, of course, as a replay. Play through it any way you want, really. Play through it as the jazz ballad. Keep up with my tempo, and we will collectively play this. You can try the different strums out. And this section of the video is just meant to be a run-through of the entire tune. All right? So let it come to you. And then after this is over, we're going to take Q&A, and we will, answer some questions, tell you about a few cool things that are going on, and then I'd love to have you join me in a meditation if you're interested. We will be having a very peaceful mindfulness meditation to wrap things up. So, are you ready to do this? How are you all doing out there? There are links down below if you would like to add your voice to what I'll be teaching at my next workshop, which will be on the 21st of March. Thank you so much, Kazi. I appreciate your support, appreciate your super chat. If you're interested in keeping in touch with what I do, please sign my mailing list. We're going to run through the song right now. I have lots of really fun things to share with you at my next webinar, the 21st. Check the link below so you can add your voice to what I'm going to be teaching. It might be all about strumming. It might be all about swing and jazz. We'll see what we do. Glad you're here. Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you, Hilda. Yeah, Saul. Yeah, it takes a little while for that mute to be silent, right? Instrumental technique is always a process of less and less and less, all right? Thank you for hanging with me. I know this is a lesson. This isn't going through one song. Every 2 minutes we flip to another song. Every 5 minutes we change songs. I like to go deep into one song so you can really grow into your music, and I appreciate you hanging with my intention. All right, let's do this, and I'm going to share a very cool way to end the song. From the introduction, play any strum you like. I'm going to start with that bossa feel. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Here's the introduction. Here we go. F sharp. Let's stay with this section a little bit. Introduction. Do da do da. Wo dun dan de do. I'm so glad that you're spending your Sunday with me. Just a little while, just a little while. Happy Valentine's Day. We're gonna move into the verse. Get ready for the verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. There were bells on a hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them winging. No, I never saw them at all till there was you. F7 bridge. There was music, wonderful roses. They tell me in sweet, fragrant meadows of dawn. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till it was you. Let's play those two verses. G minor 7. Line. Let's see what that other strum sounds like. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's take it out with the bridge. Then there was music, wonderful roses, they tell me, in sweet, fragrant meadows of dawn and dew. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was you. Last part of the last line, C major. Till there was you. cha-cha-cha. Thank you for joining in. I want to teach you a couple of things very quickly here at the end to just show you some really cool ways to end this. There is a chord substitution, a very common thing that happens at the end of songs, and it's the appearance of the flat 6 chord. And it's actually pretty easy to do once you get a handle on this, and you'll learn it today in the key of F. Let me know in the chat if you're doing well. Appreciate you hanging with me. This is the chord that we are going to add it's D flat, okay? We bar across the frets, and we're going to use our pinky right there. And this will come in at the very end, okay? So at the very end of the song, till there was you. F ends. Now go and listen to the Beatles version of this, because you'll hear that they put that chord in there. It's a very common thing. You hear it in a lot of pop jazz tunes. The very last chord, of course, is F, but they delay it. They stretch out the chord progression by dropping that flat 6 in there. And all that is barring across the first fret and dropping your pinky right here. Okay? Cool, David. Thank you. Glad you dig it. So let's take it right now. C. And this, there's a song sheet down below. And then you go to F. And then to the D flat. And then F. And if you want to be super hip, you can add this colorful F at the very end. 5th fret, open, open. All right, and that is an F major 7 chord. Very, very colorful chord. All right, watch this video again as a replay right here about 1 hour in. You can make a note of that if you want to get these fancy chords. This is what it sounds like at tempo, and then we'll do it together. 1 from C till there was you. Purdy. All right, so I know there's a lot of info. Let's do it one more time. Come on, take your hand, hold C, sing with me. Till, add the first finger, 1st fret of the 4th string. There, now back to F, was you. D flat. And then F. And now this is F major 7, 5, 5, 0, 0. All right. All right, it's a very fancy chord without much effort. 5th fret, open, open. Sounds great on a high G and a low G ukulele. This is one of my new low G, high Gs. I'll be making some reviews of this and my other ukuleles soon. Thank you for hanging with me. My intention with these lessons is to offer quality instruction, have a good time, and show you some ways that you can really grow into your music and relax into the process. Let me know in the chat how you are doing. That's F major 7 at the very end. There will be links in the description below once I get a chance to drop the timestamps in so you can go through the different sections of this session. Thank you very much. We're going to begin to wrap up now. Appreciate you spending some time with me. Please check the links down below. There are some ways if you feel like supporting. Please share this video with your friends. I hope that you have found this information to be to your liking. Ha ha ha. please give it a thumbs up. Appreciate that very much. That means a lot to YouTubers. It helps us out a lot. So please click that like button. I hope that you've enjoyed this lesson and that you found the information helpful and perhaps mind-blowing. Thank you so much for being with me on this beautiful Sunday. We'll be back next Sunday, same time. I hope that you'll please sign my mailing list. There's a link down below. You get a free tune when you do. I'll keep you in the loop of when tickets go on sale for my next online workshop, the 21st of March, and you get all kinds of perks, a lot of cool perks with it. It's not just me sitting in front of a camera and teaching. You get all kinds of things to help you grow as you learn. Thank you so much. There are ways to support down below if you feel like dropping a donation. Not expected, but certainly appreciated. Thank you. There's a discount code for my stores, for t-shirts, for ebooks, etc., etc. And if you're interested in joining as a patron, there's all kinds of benefits. I'll be teaching some extra special lessons this month. I've already dropped a few of them for patrons, and there will be another one coming soon. So thank you so much. Appreciate your support. And I hope that music is your medicine. I hope that you and your family are doing well, and that when you turn to music, it's something that is relaxing and peaceful for you. Yes, there are challenges in learning music. It's not easy, but there is a way through. The shortcut is to just go right through it. Really. And I hope that my tips and my suggestions are helpful for you. It's a wonderful, wonderful song. One of my favorites. It really is a wonderful, wonderful tune. We're going to be, just answering a few quick questions here, and then we will be meditating. Now, meditation is not a running away from the present moment or some magic pill to make everything great. That's not what meditation is about, really, in my humble opinion, from practicing for over 20 years now. It's about embracing what is. And we're going to use deep listening and breath to remain present so we can embrace what is. It will also calm our bodies, focus our minds, bring a lot of peace and joy to us. And the practice I'll be sharing with you is a very accessible meditation that I think will also make your music making really, really deep. Thank you, Rebecca, for that super chat. Appreciate your support. If anybody else would like to offer a supporting super chat, there's a little button in the chat bar. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Francesco. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, there's some good stuff coming out in the future. Thank you, Joseph, for that super chat. You guys are so great. I really, really appreciate your support. Oh, I forgot to mention the tree picks giveaway. There is a link in the description below. Jefferson Hunt won himself a set of tree picks. You can win these amazing, they really are amazing little picks. They sound great on nylon string. So fill out the form down below and you'll be entered into this week's drawing for the tree picks giveaway. Have fun with these strums. A lot of really fun rhythms. Are you ready for our mindfulness meditation? How about we begin to shift gears? Thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to stick around, of course, love to have you join. You could place your ukulele in your, on your case and bring your feet to the floor. If you prefer, you can, of course, lay down comfortably. Thank you, Linda, for that super chat. I so appreciate the support. So, breathing deeply and paying attention to our breath all the way in, all the way out, noticing the space, the pause in between each breath. It's very similar to the way I teach music, where I encourage you to feel the space in between each chord, the space when we are learning rhythms. And imagine that your mind is like a river. It's always flowing. There's always new content going by. And you are like the banks of the river, holding the space for that flow, right? we're just going to be watching our minds and focusing on our breathing, using sound as our anchor. I'm going to be ringing a singing bowl. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Wishing you and your families all the best. Much love. Appreciate all the kindness. Thank you, David, for being here. Thank you, Starlight. Christiana, thank you. Yeah, these strum rhythms, just keep hanging with them. They will become your vocabulary. Yeah. We did them slowly today, but we'll pick them up. It's good to learn them slow. Thank you. Danke schön. Dankjewel. The only Dutch I know how to speak is Der Jongen drinken milk. Der Jongen drinken milk. Thank you so much, everybody. Now, it's of course wonderful if you have a quiet environment to meditate, but it's not required. Let's bring ourselves home to our bodies, and we're just going to spend about 5, maybe 10 minutes meditating. The instruction is very simple. Let's begin with listening and see if you can keep your attention. There's no competition. There's no failure. But just play a game with yourself and see if you can keep your attention on the sound all the way until it decays into silence. Let's begin. Thank you all so much. Let's do a few minutes of guided, deep breathing. Exhale fully, really empty your lungs, draw your belly in, and now breathe in slowly through the nose, if possible. And breathe out slowly through the nose. If your nose is clogged, if you're stuffed up, no problem. Use your mouth. But if you're able to, breathe in and out through your nose, taking deep breaths. In deep, out slow. With each deep in-breath, nourish yourself with oxygen, with fresh prana, with chi, with life force. As you exhale deeply, soften the crown of your head, soften your jaw, and release into this moment. Continue to breathe in deeply. You may like to gently note in, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. However long your breath in and out is, just see if you can make the in-breath and the out-breath of equal length. And bring all your attention to your breathing just for a few minutes. Allow your projects, your plans, all the wonderful things we look forward to and the tasks that we have to complete. Just let them go for just these moments. They will be waiting patiently for you. Right now, take a few minutes just to nourish yourself with deep in-breaths. Don't strain, let it be soft, and soften. With each out-breath, soften more and more. Continue to breathe as we listen. Begin to sense a balancing effect of when our in-breath and our out-breath are of the same length, balancing our consciousness, returning to the here and now. Now let's take one more deep in-breath, and let's just let it go. And now let's observe our breath naturally. Where does our breath inhale? Follow your in-breath and your out-breath as it arrives naturally, without trying to direct it or control it in any way. Observe your in-breath. Observe your out-breath. And note the space in between. Continue to soften the muscles on your face, your scalp, your jaw, your shoulders. And when thoughts arise, simply note them and return to your breathing. Just for these few minutes, let everything go. Life is supporting you the same way water will support you. When you let go, you will float. Just as our world is floating in the cosmos, supported by life itself, so are you. begin to notice how the world is breathing through you. And allow a gentle smile of gratitude to arrive on your lips. Continue to follow your breathing. And now for this final stage of our meditation, anchor yourself, unifying your breath, your mind, and your body with this poem. As you breathe in, you silently say, silently to yourself, breathing in, I smile. As you breathe out, you silently say to yourself, breathing out, I release. It can be shorter. Smile, release. Remain connected to your breathing and your smile. And in your own way, please offer up some prayer of gratitude, whatever it is that you are thankful for in these 24 hours that we've been gifted. And when you're ready, you can slowly begin to wiggle your toes, your fingertips. You can gently turn your head side to side. Maybe shrug your shoulders, somehow loosen up your body. And welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for this lesson and for this practice. I know that many of you, all 128 of you who are still with me, are obviously interested in meditation and most likely have a practice. And I'll just share this from my humble experience, that it is a practice. It's not about perfection, nor is music, in my view, about perfection. Just another chance to practice, to come home, to see what we are grateful for, and to be in this moment with open heart and grateful mind. So thank you for practicing with me. When you go to sleep tonight, you may like to try a breath pattern of breathing out for twice as long as you breathe in. So if you breathe in for 4, you exhale for 8. And that can really, that's something from yogic pranayama exercise. Many of you yogis probably already know this. That breathing pattern of exhaling twice as long is very powerful. When I do that for 5 minutes with really focused concentration, I fall asleep so easily, so peacefully. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful practice. So you'd breathe in. If you breathed in for 3, you would exhale for 6. Give that a try if you'd like. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Martha. I appreciate that very much. You are light as well. Alma, thank you. Oh, thank you, Soul. I appreciate that so much. Come for the uke, stay for the soul connection. Nan, I will create some strum sheets for these and drop it on a patron post. These and many others I will be teaching in the future. Namaste, Linda. Thank you so much, everybody. Satnam, Dagmar. So, however you practice, may your practice of meditation and music be fruitful. I wish you all really a wonderful day. It's great to see you. Thank you, Randall. Great to have you. Thank you all for joining me. Yes, it's amazing what happens. You know, they say the body is affected by the mind, of course. Well, it goes the other way too, right? When we choose to smile. Thank you very much, everybody. Namaste. Happy playing. Happy music making. I wish you and your families all the best. Good health. Much happiness. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much. If there are no other questions, I guess I'll sign off. Lotus Productions, thank you so much. Matthias, thank you. Thank you. Namaste, everybody. Gosh, we all got to rent a cabin somewhere and just play ukulele and meditate. I'll do that again someday. The Ukulele Zen Retreat hopefully will happen again someday. Stay safe, everybody. Yes, thank you, Suzanne. All right, all blessings, everybody. Take good care, and I'll see you next time.